Good evening, service crew. Fighting Pilot Extraordinaire, Ace Windfall. Ready for takeoff. Sorry it took you guys spent a little hot extra, like 3-ish minutes on that screen than normal. What's up, Slushy? What's up, Vortis? What's up, Brackus? What's up, Aeon? Hi, Sir Arts. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome on in. You might be wondering why the game hasn't started yet. It's over here. Why the game hasn't started yet. That's because there's an opening cutscene that I want to see. I'm going to be honest. I know nothing about this game. I say that every single time. Except for when I obviously know something about this game. But I don't know this game at all. And so, Slushy, I don't think I'm a Farius fan, but we're going to find out. This was recommended, of course, by Surskrim Kiwi, who like sent it when it was like first. I don't know if it was announced, but they posted a tweet of someone being like, "Hey, I've been working on this thing," and I was like, "That seems really cool. I like the art style of it a lot." Like, for real, art style, especially when it's a dialogue-heavy game, is a even though it's not important, it is like you can get a feel for what the feeling of the game will be. You can get a feel for the feeling. Yeah, that makes sense. And it looks very there's a certain like loneliness in the art style that looked really interesting to me. And I don't know, it looked neat. So we're playing that today. Of course, Slushy. Happy Diamonds Ben, welcome in. Hi, likers, welcome in. Hi. I saw Aeon. Thank you. Of course, everyone who had me in their top 5, congratulations. You're a top tier service crew as well. Anyone who didn't have me in your top 5, work on that next year. Thanks, don't say that. Service crew, the other thing I want to say before we get started is I don't actually know what ego death is, so I probably should have looked this up beforehand. But if this game hits hard, I could have ego death today. I don't know what that means, but I have spent 2 hours earlier working on a nonogram, aka a pictogram, and that was a very riveting experience. I still haven't completed it, but it looks like a boat. Then I watched Uma Musume Season 2, Episodes 9 and 10. Light spoilers, but at the beginning of Season 2, I sent out a tweet where I was like, oh, this is going to be like the bomb under the table. I know Tokai Teo is going to be injured, and that's going to be like the big event of the season. And then like in Episode 2, she gets injured, and so I was like, oh, never mind. That tweet was stupid. That's fine, whatever. And then Episode 9, she gets injured again. And like it came out of nowhere. She's just training, and then you see her point of view where she's looking at the horizon, and then she's looking at the ground, and I was eating a plate of spaghetti, and I was just like, what? Just like fork halfway up to mouth, jaw agape, just shocked. Into Episode 10, which was an extremely like tragic episode that opens with Teo turning in her resignation as a racer, and it was such a, and it was like you go through this entire episode, and it's her turnaround from being like, I'm going to quit, to being like, I got like one more in me, I think. And like I was crying. and then I did Miku boxing, so I'm really sweaty. So like if this game would destroy me, today's the day, basically. Because whoo, I had a day. How you guys been? Also, thanks Debbie. Bye Debbie. Get that out of there. What's up, everyone? Also, I finally finished Kanto 3 in Limits Company. Nice, Lycris. I think you still I don't know how Kanto work. I think you still have a long way to go, but every little bit counts. Trust me, it took me 3 years to catch up to Arknights. Oh my god. Asmo, happy Thursday, welcome in as well. As a fact that in its strictest definition, a sea shanty is a sailor's work song characterized by a lack of accompaniment and focus on rhythm over lyricism. More conventional folk songs associated with sailors are often called sea songs or folk soul songs. Huh. That kind of makes sense because the idea is, what were you looking up this time? Were you on a little Sea of Thieves kick or something? It makes sense because a lot of sea shanties, the idea is just, you got a bunch of guys on a boat, start singing and make it easy enough that everyone can like just join in and do it. Nice. Limits Company is much shorter than Arknight's story. Like on like canto per canto basis, I assume. Like, if you say overall, I guess also probably overall, but presumably more on a canto by canto basis, because in both cases they're gonna continue pumping out main story. Because I was gonna say, if you mean like it's short now, but it will get longer. But if you mean on a canto by canto basis, then yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just like Limbus Company art. I don't think I'll interact with it, but I would like to interact with it. That's why more than likely it'd be more interesting to do like they should make like a Limbus Company game that's just a standalone one game, like Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. Yo, what's up, Kiwi? But like your stream vibes, very cool. Have you on Discord at Ace Windfall? Oh yeah, sure thing. Hold on. Let's see. Ace Windfall. Hey, wait a minute. Checkpoint 2025. Rewatch your checkpoint anytime until January 15th. I can't. Guys, did you how many Discord not available-ers do we have in chat, by the way? How many people turned off their Discord spyware or whatever you want to call it? And so all you got was like your recap is unavailable. Here, have this cassette thing instead. Okay. I think I've done it. I think I've covered everything I need to cover before we get into this game, right? Me, I had it off. Good. Congratulations. I hope you guys enjoy your cassette with a weird 8. Honestly, the cassette itself was really cute. I was debating it, but the border is so janky and pixely, which is, I get it, it's supposed to be pixely, but like, it wasn't worth it. I think the border killed it. So I'm still running the clean, what is it called? The clean sheen circle cut. There is apparently a Discord Wrapped. I think the only thing I've seen someone else post about it is it shows you like your emojis you used or like your reaction emojis. I don't know if it's full emojis or whatever, but like, yeah. Luckily, or I don't know if you consider it luckily or not. I do, arguably, is I don't have it on because I didn't give them enough analytic data. The dev is a big Vocaloid producer. Oh, the dev is Z.A.T.O? Kiwi. I think their name is Fairy. Slushy was in here, and Slushy was like, "You're a Fairies fan?" I was like, "I don't know. I've never interacted with any of their content before, but I might be after today. We'll find out." Okay, I think that's everything. Oh, last thing is, I have hot lemonade, but it's like cold lemonade. So the other fun thing I learned today to add to the impending ego death, I'm still probably not using that word correctly, but fun fact if you didn't know, I normally make hot lemonade where I use boiling tea-esque water and then put it into like honey and lemon to make like a hot drink that like soothes my throat when I talk a lot. Fun fact, that doesn't work if it's cold because honey does not go into solution as well on cold things. It took a lot of stirring. And also, I kind of wish I did make hot lemonade, but like Miku Boxing ended at like 7:50, and I was like, I don't know how long I have to boil water. And I had enough time, but I just didn't want hot. But now I kind of want hot. It's a little embarrassing, but I digress. I think it's fine. I'll survive. I have also water with ice in it too, so that we're good. Okay, ready? Whew. It's a name. I thought people were talking about the actual bear. That kind of fairy? No. See, I would have thought fairy as in like I knew based on context clues that Sushi was talking about the author. And then I saw Brakos talking, and I thought Brakos was talking about like the magical animals, but those are with an A technically. Huh. Okay. Okay. Enough of that. Shall we? Also, I had to validate this game when I was like testing it, and I got really afraid that I wouldn't be able to play this for like a hot second, but let's begin. The smell of oil prevails throughout. My body is too soft, my outline is too blurry. Of course I can't break through. Aww. Okay, I'm ready. A good opening video like that can really get you in the mood. 999 I think was the last time we had that on stream, where it was just like a really good opening video that's just like, oh, this immediately set the tone I'm in there. My greatest example of that still is Ace Combat Zero: The Belkan War. That had an opening video that just jammed out immediately and got you in the mood. that was really good for getting in the mood, where it's there's a melancholy that's pervasive through this, it feels. There's this loneliness. And, ooh, I don't know if any of that's true. Let's find out. I have no idea what it stands for, Vortis. We're gonna find out today. Slushy. It is a sad child story. The hallmark of acewindfallchannel.com. Just making stuff up nowadays. Let me know, by the way. I turned the volume down a little bit earlier because it was blasting my eardrums when I was looking at this earlier. I think it's good now. Let me know if we need to up it or lower it. Everything else is default. Obviously, I'm not skipping anything, full screen, whatever. Credits don't have to worry about controls. This is full VN, to my understanding. It's full VN. There's no, like, it's just going to be me reading for this and discussing what happens on screen with you guys. But without further ado. Sad sap games? No one click on that link. I don't know what I'll go to. I'll probably just go to, like, a GoDaddy thing, but... like snow effect. Also, like, having a really good story is important, especially when it's a VN, but the art style seems like it's really gonna hit, and also this music is really nice too. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. It's setting such a good, like, tone right now. Kiwi! I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops into my mind whenever I look up at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky. Not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts. What with the constant snow. But people that go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read that newspaper. Oh, that's such a good I fully feel this, Kiwi. Like this feels like good writing right now, and I like that a lot, where it's there's good everything's working together right now. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. I'm not just saying that to mean amazing. I mean improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between the Earth and the Sun, and none of the beauty surrounding us would exist. Some would call it a miracle. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it's perceived. That conscious need emerges later, as the child develops self-awareness. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So, if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority, it just doesn't make sense to me. Although, you can also think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. But what if the child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. It is the world. Duh. Oh, wait. Now, this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed. Because there's nothing more a world can do but to observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is, as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You can say that its observation value equals infinity. That value may seem absolute, but it isn't really. Not in mathematics. Infinity plus 1, it exists. It's a value that the universe could never reach as a singular, albeit infinite observer. So, it had to create new, finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life, that's the plus 1. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely. Just to have us here. It worked so hard just to share its one joy with us. Us, worthless insects. Oh no. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. Oh, I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. This world truly is wonderful. 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 Irrigoric shit. I was doing really good until they introduced Russian names. Ira Grishevskaya is missing. Grishevskaya. I'm sorry. That was so beautiful. And in fairness, it was also a hard cut in the story itself because the music stopped and it's very much the wake up from your daydreaming. Which, by the way, that's a beautiful daydream. I think about it like this main character. They have a very large sense of like hopeless optimism in a way, but we're gonna make that hopeful optimism. Damn it, that was adorable. So I think I understand what I love the world and everything and it means. That's literal. Just try pull it. I know you pronounce the W's as V's or the V's as W. You pronounce the W's as V because Severin has a Polish name. Try Wisconsin town names. Ira is missing. Cut. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Grishevskaya? Hold on. I hate to do this. Grachevskaya. And then, how do I make it pronounce it? Hold on. Grachevskaya. Grachevskaya. Grachevskaya? Translate. Hold on. Enter text. Enter. And then... Grachevskaya. Got it. Got it. Okay. Grachevskaya. What? Seriously? She's just skipping. Nah, she ran off with that one guy. He saw? No, but come on. You know her. She's totally... Silence! The teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ira's parents filed the report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ira, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. That's all. On to the lesson. A chair creaks in the back. Wait. You really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah. Yeah, we're shocked, you know. We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend, our Irochka. The room fills with repulsive giggles. Cut it out. Garen, sit back down. The teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns toward the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. A bird flies past the window. We could have started this game in like 2 weeks. Narikoreski! Wait! That's Kiwi. He was some Keeks open in. Hi. There we go. Okay. Disappearance. Oh, this is good. So we have our main character, our protag, who loves the world and everything in it. And then we have what I can only describe as like a pessimist, who's probably the exact opposite of our protag right now. Oh, I'm doing good, Keeks. We're reading peak right. We're reading what we're climbing up a mountain. We might find a peak at the top. Disappearance. Give me a break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? That's a myth. You can file a missing persons report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Hey, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. Ha, you're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? So she didn't come home, big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? That's just Grachevskaya for you. Bet her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of that. I mean, I've heard some weird cases. Yeah, and never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? Haha, no way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Haha! Honestly. Hey. But she's, like, for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? A bunch of people have seen them together. It's some older dude. He's like 30 or something. Ew. You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. It's not as if they aren't making sense. It's not unusual for Ira to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There's a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ira. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Now nobody will come to save me. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. It's not like we've ever been friends. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it. Right? She's just that kind of person. Always getting herself in trouble. Always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right. This wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man. I've never seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time... I suppose it's plausible, knowing how some girls are. Even so, I never thought Ira would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck. Huh. When I put it that way, then it's almost... Yeah. It's most definitely cute. Ira in love? Forbidden love, too. Wow. I'd never have guessed. I never took that girl for a romantic. But she is a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those types of books. So perhaps she was planning to elope all along. Oh, crap. It's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this. I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such a beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Ira is really gone, It's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Hey, Shabina. You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two are pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't. No? No, not at all. Really? Really? I thought you two were dykes. What? They all erupt in laughter. We weren't. We didn't even talk. Adam, you dumbass. Grachevska's screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know. Some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. I don't. It's... Look at her face. Chill out, Shibina. We're just kidding. Jeez. Why are you getting so scared anyway? You really a lesbo or something? I'm not. They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ira came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming late today. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She already left her wet, puffy jacket in the cloakroom, and now she's going down the corridor. Up the stairs to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right, that's it. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ira's coming. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shit. She's totally a lesbo. I'm not. I've never talked to her. I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like, you know, in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shabina? Why is that? Uh-huh. I don't know. Dude, look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What? You want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shabina, wanna go out with Igor? Oi! What? Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing this. I bite my tongue. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why do I keep doing it? I plop down on my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. If Ira came in through that door and beat them up right then and there, would it really help my case? They probably keep saying those same things behind her back. And to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ira saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing that she didn't interfere. It's a good thing. It's a really great thing. Dang. We're gonna add a little oh, no. Did I? Okay. I tabbed out real quick because I feel like probably want to add a content warning. Probably should have had that up beforehand, but hey, just in case. Heavy themes, right? Also, thank you, Ben. It is. I have the sweat has now evaporated from my body, so yeah, I'm a little cold. So thank you. What's up, Ivy? Hi, Ivy. So screw. Apologies. Where is my editable what does this text say? Oh, this was the cue. We're gonna just go and turn off that scroll there, and we're just gonna put a little content warning. What is the content warning? Heavy theming, heavy themes, language. Yeah, that works. Totally because the art you posted, by the way. Thank you, Ivy. That's one of my. I really like that piece of art. It's super duper nice, and I feel really proud of that thumbnail. I don't get to post my thumbnails on stream a lot, and some of you might not have social media services. Smartly so. So I'm gonna show off real quick. There's a second thumbnail too. That's for next week. But look at this bad boy. Ooh. Damn, who's that looker? It's me. There's a I made 2 thumbnails too. The second one you're gonna see next week because because I knew it was gonna be a 2-parter, and like I was like, ooh, hold on. It's nothing too crazy, but like, ooh, you gotta ooh, get excited. It's just a content warning, Vadim. Universe is infinitely cute. Everything's language. Everything's language. Cuteness. I do like the cute. It's getting cut off too, which I think that's really cute. Honestly, with the way that I like the narrator's hopeless optimism and the way that they're just calling a lot of stuff cute. I kind of get that. I feel that. I was like reading some of those parts with the narrator being like, "That's so cute," and I was like, "So is that what I sound like when I talk about a story that I'm currently reading, where it's like no matter what it is, it's just like I'm calling it like the best thing ever." I watched you for 200 hours this year. Those are rookie numbers, Gabriel. But honestly, that's probably very true. I didn't share my own full stream recap with you guys, but for context's sake, for those who are wondering, I streamed for just a little over 1,000 hours this year. I don't know if it's like from January to December 1st or whatever, but use that to take in your context of how much you watched me. So Gabriel, you watched 1/5 of everything I've done this year. Congratulations. Warning Russian names. That's a me content warning. That's not a you guys content warning. Unless you guys don't like me saying Russian names, because I will butcher them. In which case, yeah, that's a content you warning. But hi, Gabriel, welcome in. Okay. That's where I'm at right now with the story. We'll every so often when we get the little like breaks like this, we'll take a sit and we'll talk about the story so far. And right now, it's all in the setup part where you're understanding your main characters of Ira and Vadim, and I know there's at least 2 more characters. I think there are 5 total, assuming that Grichevskia is one of them. Because if you look at like the thumbnails and the way that they the art, everything is posted, looks like there's 5 main characters, but realistically 4 main characters and the missing girl. So I think we're just kind of like setting up our pieces right now, where a main character is weaker or more meek. You have your bully Vadim, who's your antagonist, at least at the moment. You have the missing girl, who would be, even though they haven't talked, she seems like she's, the way they're describing her is a bit of a hothead, or at the very least, like, she's your rogue character. I think a rogue character is the best way to describe it, where she's kind of doing her own thing. She's going to the beat of her own drum a little bit. People are calling her crazy or calling her like names. And like if she was here, she would beat up the guys. She like a rogue character is the best way to put it, where she's like striking out on her own. Okay, I think that's what I got so far. Let's keep going. Getting called old at 30, yeah, I felt that one. That used to it though. Okay. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with the gossip. I can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ira... No, it's Ira is the girl who's missing. Who's the main character's name? They've said it like once or twice, but I haven't fully solidified it in my brain yet, then. The teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning, but she didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira's always had a bad attendance record, so I assume she skipped as usual. And went to see that man they talked about? Did she go to him right away? Because in that case, yesterday evening... Go home, Asya. Asya? 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 So Asya may have been the last person to see Ira. The teacher's office, was it? Kind of scared of going straight to the police. But I should. I should probably report that. Not sure if it will be of any help. And for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. But there's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. If Ira really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it really be right to ruin it? Oh, crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, but whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. Ugh. I really know better than the rest. Wait, that's it! So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. It must be the good me screaming, don't ruin their good fortune. They're probably so happy together right now, it's none of your business. Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. It was kind of inconsequential. There was no point in telling Juanita about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So, let's keep silent and everyone will be happy. I'll be happy, the good irrational me will be happy, and the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yeah! Good job, Asya, you solved it. It sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around in here any longer. Guess I'd better head home. Counterpoint! Counterpoint! What if, and bear with me here, what if Ira is actually missing? Despite all odds, there's always a possibility that she's in danger. If there's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. That is true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, the off chance of Ira being in danger and my words being the key to saving her makes her a strong argument. Whoa. My words being the key to saving her. Wow, yeah. That'd be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital and she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd say, I shouldn't have. She'd say, I told you to leave me alone, dummy. But then I'd just shake my head and respond, it's nothing. I was just doing what I was supposed to. Oh no. Can I come up with something cooler? I'll need to think about that. Wait, why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Jeez, of course not. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. hope my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents about how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. Ugh. I just could be having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. I've made my decision. I'm going to the teacher's office. Where was it again? I doubt they expected anyone to come. I'll probably look kind of silly. That wouldn't be the first time. Oh, who cares? Walking. Down the staircase, to the right, down the hall. There. That's the teacher's office. Oh. A girl. There's a girl standing there, right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Town is really tiny, and so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. She turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she is expecting, so I nod a little. Is there a queue? A queue? To the office. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Ah, okay. Hey. What? You're Asya, right? Yeah. How did you know? That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me, too, right? Sorry. Really? That's what I was talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. They say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about the people outside of our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. But I haven't made any new ones since the day Tozia left. And gossip, well, sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that, but I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay them too much attention. Wait. When I put it like that, it kind of does sound like my fault. My point is, when people regurgitate that idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name's Marina. Or Marina. Oh! Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. You got something to share about Grachevskia? How did you know? What do you mean, how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. I see. For some reason, I thought they only broke the news to us, Iris classmates. But it makes sense they'd at least give the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they happen to know her. Which means... you also know something about Ira. Yeah. That's great! So, you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Oh. And what did you tell them? That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Asya. The walls got ears. Oh. I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I mean, I'll just Go in, then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. I'm sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestured with her finger to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because a bad feeling stirs up in my chest. A bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Is this because I acted rude? I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to, but I just can't help it, can I? We just met and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I desperately search her face for signs of mockery. But weirdly, I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm going to believe this girl and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me. Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait, does that mean she's a friend of Ira's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any. At least not at school. That really was presumptuous of me. I wonder what Ira's like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I figured you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but I got so caught up in all those stupid rumors. It's kind of slipped my mind. She knows? But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So, why are you stopping me? Aha! Well, Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still. Wait! I know Ira's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know with everyone, then... Quiet, you! I just said that we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All my stumbled protest sounds so weak, they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yeah, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report at all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. So I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that since I'm yet to hear what Marina has to say. But this can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something, for anything, to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. Huh. I think I'll just stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path. Oh, that's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I can feel my doubt turning to excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Ira. I want to know more about Ira too. The whole wide world wants me to know. This is okay, so we've met our third character now, who is our if our protagonist is the one who knows nothing, right? That we insert ourselves into, and we're like thrust in this world being like, I don't know what's going on. Hey! Episode 1, Ira. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's interesting. So usually when your titles are named after characters, it's gonna be like a focus of it. It makes me think of the movie Weapons. If you guys haven't seen Weapons, go watch Weapons. But Weapons is a movie where it's every chapter is named after a character, and it like focuses on that character. And they're all interspersed together. I don't know if they're gonna do that, or if it's gonna be a more linear narrative here. It probably is gonna be more linear, but I like Marina being the she's the White Rabbit. She's the one that's dragging our protagonist into the wider world of outside of her control, right? She's leaving the home planet, and she's gonna go exploring now. And then Vadom's here. What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Okay, so no, we are actually going back in time. This is a flashback to when Ira is here. Asya. I was saying Ashia, but it's Asya. Asya. Like Asiago. Asya. The leader of the lesbians. Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Grachevska, what the fuck? Grachevska, the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ira storms towards Garen. So that's Ira. Okay. So there are 4 main characters then. And this is one of the 4th one. I thought the 5th one would be the weird blob character that you see in the thing, but no, this is the missing girl then. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in! Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him and then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door. Crazy bitch! She ignores him. So this is like the inciting incident where Ira's standing up, presumably for Asya, and that's where like Vadim and his crew, who are already bullies, get that notion in their head that there's something more going on between them. When Ira's just probably fed up with them in a way and just like tired of people picking on her in general, right? Grachevska, where are you going? Hey! Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. You! Grachevska! What? What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this! Her threat falls on deaf ears. Everyone knew Grachevska. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. Yeah, she's a rogue. I guess they call some like that her. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have a higher salary than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few could afford such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She is a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as she appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible. That is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Grachevsky's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garen. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the content scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. I mean, of course they want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions. Nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira, somehow. She rarely shows up to school. And even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that. And also, I was really scared. Ira has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it was like I weren't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh. Hi. Iris shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So, I just sat there, thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo, too? Assuming she did all of that for me, that would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But When I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Look at that. Look at that little sprite. Uh-huh. I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of a toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd just gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. No, wait, please. I took a step toward her and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask, and I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped into my mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there, right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Huh? She blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. I thought so. Anything else? No. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Uh-huh. Well, I figured you, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which, to me, felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case. Of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Why does this always happen? Oh, shoot, actually. Ah! Sorry. The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked toward the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Uh-huh. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear that right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Grichevskia? The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I needed to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing particular. Wow. Yo, what's up, Zero? Welcome on in. Yeah, the way I really like the you can tell what Asia's character is a lot, which is, yeah, it's the very meek, it's the very, like, there's a lot of Rakos. Rakos, stop putting URLs. I don't want to get, like, I know they don't go anywhere, but, like, let's, just in case. But yeah, the way that Asia talks, where it's just a lot of, like, she's very self-conscious, which that is, like, that's her defining characteristic. So you know whenever she's, like, whenever she's talking, I like that it's all through her viewpoint too. It's not like a third-person narrator where it's, like, omnipotent. It is 100% through her viewpoint, and we're just getting, like, intermixed with her thoughts. And one thing that might happen, which could be interesting, is if she goes through some kind of arc with, like, learning to be more confident in herself, we would be able to see that firsthand, since we are in her mind, effectively. Also, I like that scene with Ira. I think Ira is, like, yeah, she's the character. She's the one that, like, you put on the thing, it's like, this is the one that everyone's gonna love. And it's working. Ben, if acewindfall.com worked, you would have gotten a normal 404 instead of what I assume is a GoDaddy link or whatever that goes to. Like, you changing the subdomain or whatever the thing after the .com is does not, like, invalidate. Like, if not gonna even contend with this right now. That's not important. Okay. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library, or for a walk. And then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Thank you, Vertus. Thank you, Fortis. Uh-huh. My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, no. Oh, Shibina! Let me borrow your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? Yeah, it's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No. It's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? Really looks like you if you were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attends classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I keep imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. It's embarrassing to think about now. But... Ira! She just walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. Guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. Even though it took all my courage just to muster that much. Even though I think, I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim. What? Remember when I give you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus. You remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you give it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't frickin' know. It's half a ruble, Shabina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. Probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty. Of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. Not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyway. Yeah. Maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it. Oh. That's good, I guess. These girls really talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. The same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? Yeah, just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. All right, but yeah, come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So, I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers to see me like that either. At least the toilet's close, so I can wash this mess off quickly. I should stop falling for these pranks, but... sorry! I lift my face up without thinking. Oh no. Ugh. Hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me. That she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying. One who just so happened to make fun of me. Her not joining in. Her telling me she liked my writing. She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Oi! Huh? 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered. There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone around erupts in snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Very funny. Oh, please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's also stupid. I can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to, but, better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit of its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy. Paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got classmates that I can always talk to. guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this. I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So, why did I act as if it weren't enough? What? You idiot! What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Ira looks like she's going to slap me, but instead swings her boot against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally, but there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back. Oh god, no. But there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is... Huh? The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned that I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't. But the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So, why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you. Garen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well... This doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's gonna punch me. Ira's gonna punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and then I'm never going to speak to me again. I don't even say sorry, I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No. Not really. It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. He pissed me off. And you pissed me off, too. Oh. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believe that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at that shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No, thanks. It's wet anyway. I fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. It'll get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real, I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. Huh? I smile at her. Even after I said I had come to terms with it. No, right as I was saying it to you. To myself. To the world. I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small, involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. Have a good night, Brackos. Oh my god. I like this, just complete, just dumbfounded look here. I didn't do anything, really. Ah. Flustered. Ira's flustered. Have a good night, Gabriel. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. Uh-huh. What's with you? Oh, right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? Ira gives me a quick once-over. You. Take care. Yeah. Okay. Bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. Feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No. Change my mind. Iron back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turn the same corner Ira passed not even a minute ago. And she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? Okay. So I originally said when we started this bit, I was like, oh, we're gonna go back in time. We're gonna go out of order, character based, and we actually are. This entire bit so far up to this point has been very much it basically starts this in media res of being like Ira's missing, and then it's like, okay, who is Ira? And it goes back and shows us, and now you get the context even more so, because I thought it was like maybe Ira was just like there was just that one incident with them, and that's why they had those assumptions. Why the bullies had said the things about Ira and Asya, but it actually does go into a lot more, and they actually do have a relationship, even though Asya says we haven't really talked, which is true. They haven't really talked. They've said that was their longest exchange, arguably, and overall it was less than 30 words. They don't have a grand friendship, but it's adorable. It's cute. And in that like last scene specifically, that's Asia's like you have Ira doing these things for Asia, and Asia isn't really able to fully express her gratitude, at least not in a way that Ira can see. But there, at that point, that was like Ira's first chance to see Asia expressing gratitude, and Ira is so caught off guard from it that she ends up going like, right? And now I'm worried though, because that was your like, not confession necessarily, but that was like the equivalent, like there is a reciprocal feeling between the two of them. And given what we know happens, I feel like there's probably one more scene with Ira, because that doesn't feel like it'd be the last scene that we would get with them, but oh, things ain't gonna go good from here. Have any questions about the setting? I can probably answer them. Russian culture is a burgeoning special interest of mine. Gotcha. I think right now we're good, because the biggest thing is, like, I was gonna say what's the money that they're using, but then they were like, oh, it's basically it's cents, the one that they were talking about, where it's like, you owe me 50 kopecks. And it was like, that's less than 1 ruble. And I was like, okay, I immediately understand. Ruble is dollar, kopecks is cents. Got it. And then everything else feels fairly self-evident. There's nothing, like, strongly, like, I don't know this because I'm not Russian. Because everything feels pretty tack on. The only one that would be different is they talk about it being, like, the city they're in is walled. Or not walled, but, like, you need a permit to enter and leave, so I guess it technically is walled. Is that, like, a real thing? Like, were there blocks in USSR Russia that were just like, this is like where you get the good money at, but you gotta pay the good stuff. It makes me think of Arstotzka from Papers, Please. I probably butchered that name. But like, that's actually something, if that is like a real thing, I don't know. That's kind of, I don't want to say that's cool, because I feel like that might get misconstrued, but that's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. That room temperature orange lemonade that I made, need more honey. Actually, wait a minute. Is there still honey on the spoon? No, there is not. Okay. Think of a reactor town? Bracos also had mentioned that a little bit, which actually, maybe it is. Because everyone's getting paid really well. I was gonna say no, that doesn't make sense, but like maybe that's why they're getting paid well. And like it doesn't matter that it's a reactor town to the characters in it right now, at least. But maybe like if it goes into more like weird, spacey or heady, or like if it goes more supernatural, we'll say, or more mystical or what have you. If it goes more otherworldly, that's probably the best way I can put that. Because supernatural sounds too mystical, magical. Like otherworldly, I think is the best way to describe it. If it goes more otherworldly, that reactor could play a part in it if it is a reactor town. They're called closed cities or in Russian, Z.A.T.O. Who would ask what Z.A.T.O stood for? Because now I know the answer. Well, in here it's an acronym actually. I don't know if it was an acronym in Russian. It doesn't look like it, but like, ooh, hey. I wish I had actual like lemonade keeks. My thing was just I put honey and lemon juice in a cup, and then I put water in it and stirred it up, and like, oh, that wasn't actually good. I do need a drink that's like a cold drink I can do for taste instead of just water. Like, no, there's nothing wrong with water, but like sometimes you want like a little bit more taste, a little bit more flavor, and like I don't have any of that, so maybe I should grab some like country time lemonade or something. Even though I know that's baseless lemonade. What can I say? I'm a baseless person. You mean juice? Yeah, but like juice expires. I need like a powder that I can put in on my water like once every like blue moon. Which, by the way, actually, the moon looks really nice tonight. Like, real talk, I don't know if you're in America right now where it is nighttime, and if you have a clear sky. I don't know if it's a full moon, but it's a damn near close to one. It looks really pretty. Skiga. Kirere. Yeah, like powdered juice. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't have powdered juice though, but like yeah, that'd be sick. Give me those stupid flavor packets that they like sell where it's like add flavor to your water. It's like actually Actually, I kind of get it. Maybe they were right all along. Would I buy it still? Not really. I would want to get like a generic one. I don't want to give advertisers money, which is insane to say because I understand how the world works, but still, I don't know. They're trying to like hype up water. No, hype up the juice instead. Isn't the moon pretty nice a euphemism? In Japanese, Suki ga kirei is a famous, I think it's from a poem. Someone who has more time and can Google something for me can look this up. But my understanding is Suki ga kirei is like the ending of a poem, and it is used as a term of like I love you, or a term of endearment in a way, as like as a euphemism for like I love you, I guess is the best way to put it. And it's also like, it's then also used in like if you're watching an anime that's like using the they do that where it's like then the fireworks go off and it's like they can't hear what's happening, and it's like, oh, we're still gonna be friends after this cultural festival or whatever it is, this summer like thing, after we mambo. That's it. That's an insane reference, saying after we mambo, where I'm talking about mambo as in a matsuri, as in your summer festival matsuri, and mambo is omatsuri mambo. Sorry, I had a lot of like I haven't been able to like spew my brain rot this stream as much, so there you go. That's my brain rot for today. Mega kirei da ne. Oh, what's the other one? There, I learned how to say "Here's looking at you, kid" from Casablanca in Japanese. They translate it as Kimi no hitomi ni kanpai. Cheers to your eyes. If you ever see someone say cheers to your eyes in your subtitles, they referencing Casablanca, and the subtitler didn't know that, because why would they? There's your fun fact for today, service crew. It's an acronym in Russian, just pronounced as a word. Hey, there we go. So there we go. That did answer the question then. Thank you, Asmo. I was wondering what Z.A.T.O stood for, and it stands for just whatever Z.A.T.O stands for in Russian. Have you heard of Norlist? One of the coldest cities in the world. That's a close city. Hey. That just makes me think of Frostpunk then, which is also a close city and also the coldest city in the world. When I was closing the store last night, it was beautiful too. I always wear a sun and moon necklace. I have rings to match too. Ooh. And so now the moon necklace is like glowing because now the moon is at its full power. That's what I'm imagining, is that when the moon is at full power, the moon one glows, and when the sun is up in the sky, then the sun one glows, and with a solar eclipse, they overlap, and then you can transform into superhero. Okay. So true. Let's wrap back into it. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, none of your business if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did when I was walking home from school or to the store. Or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. Even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again. Walking and walking. Praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Ah, this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Ah. And she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that. Though, choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so, she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way. Only Garen doesn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us, too. Huh? Ha! Dude, you serious? Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shabina's having fun. Right, Shabina? Please don't look. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what? Gonna throw a chair at me? To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. What, got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Huh? What? Whoa! Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. It's... a bow compass. Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. It's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers... No. Most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet... my unreasonable heart is still elated. And I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only... I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then. I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything that I could have hoped for. But... I'm still a very greedy person. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point, I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. And they weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Iris spent all her free time at home. Which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that every day. No, I really doubt that. The other, more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that. Bother the heck out of her. I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa. But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. Ah! My breath halted. Oh. Hey. Hi! The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here, aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here, of all places? Again. Uh-huh. How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? Oh, no. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yeah. Okay. Ira gives me an incredulous look. Do you, like, smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Oh, yeah. I know that. You want to try, then? Huh? Smoking? No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. The awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... And what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the Institute? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that. My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh, you bring her lunch. That's what I said. No, that's so sweet. Uh-huh. I mean, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. when I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home. Iris cooking and packing lunch and carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard. But it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunch sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the Institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Huh, yeah. That's true. She'd still have plenty of time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Ira walks back into the building. Oh my god! What was that? That is... Oh my god. I love that feel when it just like, it's the floor dropping out from under you, right? And it's just like, oh, I feel so bad for Asya. The way that she just has so much like, she's being bullied, and so because of this she has like this entire narration inside her head that's always just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and she cannot believe anything that she's saying. And like as soon as she does find something that's wrong, it's the floor falls out from under her, and it's just like, no, that's not right. Like heart sinking. And the way that it's conveyed with the music cutting out and the everything just turning red. Ooh. Also, what's up, Mayu? Happy Thursday, welcome in, by the way. Sorry you missed a lot of the stream. Service crew, if you don't want to miss another Ace Windfall stream, go into Discord, go to the, what is it called? The alert setup, set up your live alerts. And also make sure you have that like pinged on Discord, technically. Customize it. Go to discord.com/AceWindfall channel. That's not how that works. Don't go there, use the link down below. Also, before I forget, while I have you here in the middle, service crew, don't forget, we have our hangar-wide Secret Santa in 2.5 weeks. I don't know. We have it on the week of Christmas. Signups are currently available. Go to the announcements tab in Discord and go check out the details if you want to participate. Thank you. This has been your announcement. What's up, Dolly? Happy Thursday, welcome in. Dolly, did you hear my announcement or do I have to do it again? Why am I nervous for? For what? The Secret Santa or for the game? I feel like you mean the Secret Santa, which I kind of get. It's your first time doing it, Keeks. But it's something that I feel like, yeah, you're gonna be nervous. It's like because it's Christmas. You're like nervous for Christmas. It's like a kid at Christmas. It's gonna be really good. I like, obviously I'm the one doing it, so I already see like what you guys are putting in there, and it's really good. I like the way that some of you have worded it too. But no, I think there's like, no matter who you get, you'll have a few options to draw from or create from. I guess I should just be more generic with that, to create from for your cards. So hopefully you guys will all enjoy the process of creating. Again, like, go to the Discord and sign up. Signups end at the end of stream on Monday, and then on Tuesday you're gonna get your assignments. So then you can you get 2 weekends to prepare for it, and also technically weeks, but realistically, I don't know what you guys are doing during your weeks. I'm not making cards during my week. Maybe I will, actually. I don't know. But at the very least, you get weekends, which are like big times that you could arguably work on things. So, I don't know. Realistically, any Ace Windfall stream, you can work on your cards when you get your assignments next week. That's what Stardew Sundays are for. This has been my public servant's Ace announcement. Oh my god, that's actually what you wrote, Kiwi! I think my brain was like, yeah, it's PSA, the Ace stands for Ace announcement. I was like, oh, yo, Kiwi! That's my boy. That's my juice boy right there. That was the announcement though, Dolly. Just the reminder about the Secret Santa. Usually burrito when watching your streams. Well, you're gonna have to unwrap that burrito once you get your things, and or just do it when I'm not streaming. You can like do it any other time, arguably. Okay. Oh my god. Also, part of me wants to ask. I know Kiwi's played this game, and a part of me wants to ask how many chapters there are, but I feel like I don't want to ask that now. I'll ask that maybe at the end of the stream, just so we can like idea things out. I assume there are 4, one for each of the characters. Ira, Asya, Vadim, and Marissa? Is that her name? It's been a bit since we saw her. So if there are 4, I'd like to do 2 today, and then we'll do 2 next week, but I don't know. Let's do it. Oh my god, I feel so... The bit where, like, when everything turned red... That's what I'm like... I don't want to say I'm looking forward to that, but... This has been a really adorable, like, love story. Like, a burgeoning, like, I don't even know if it's, like, love and or just affection story, right? Of just like, oh my god, are we friends? Do we like each other, right? Which is not what I thought it would be based on the small things that Kiwi has said and based on, like, the description on Steam. So this could just be all set up. And then it falls off. And then it, like, falls off a cliff. Not falls off as in, like, falls off in terms of quality, but, like... This is, like... It's setting up this world. It's setting up these characters. And then right there, that's the first rug pull where it's like, hey... Watch out. It's like the ball has started to roll and... Ooh. Let's see where this ball keeps going. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh. She's not really my friend. You're Pitbull, then. Pitbull? Hey, that's spot on! You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. They think we're friends? Well, not really. But looks like they've picked up on it. On Ira reacting like that to me being used as a laughingstock. So, it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking. That's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing I've heard it's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ira can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? Damn. Good point. Well, her parents can just send... Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah. To a relative or something. No. Oh man, now that you say that. Everyone, pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. No, 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 no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. Ah! That can't happen! No! It can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. They can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it will all be over. If they do, then I won't. We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head and look out the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long, gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra. Far past the fences. Past the mountain ridge. So far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So if I've earned this world's good graces, why can a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? And is there anything that I can do? A bird flies past the window. Scene? Ira. What? I'm really using up all my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick into her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to classes much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just, like, really not care? Everyone says that you'll get sent away. That your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably. Yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about what I expected. Of course, I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years. But now that I think back to it, it's also hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Huh? Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yeah. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around. Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry. We were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at that kind of stuff. When I hit Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait! I said it's fine. We were playing a game. Really. Please, don't get into any more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No. Shurikov. Same difference. She walks out the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Ah! Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry! We're sorry! He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. Oh, the smell is so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. There it is! My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please, be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank, secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you! Yeah. Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Dunno. I didn't see anything. Huh? But... Why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. Ah. I see. Thank you again. How'd you know it would be in the boys' room? Think Shirk would go into the ladies' room? No. I suspected they put it in there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start. Instead of running around the whole school like a... No. You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't... I can't. I can't just say something like that to them. Sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I had never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me. And nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everybody's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but I... So, what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yeah? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to. Holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real, cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine. But here I am, whining, clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem. Why? What kind of question is that? Because I liked him. Oh, really? You liked them? You liked my poems? Why else would I ask? That's... thank you very much! I mean... yes, of course! Alright one, do you want it to be about something, or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. Alright. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah. You do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah. Alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. I also like the character arts. It's a big reason why I was like, yeah, I'm about this. The style, the way they're drawn, is I like the distinct style it has. The way that they have like a small little like white outline on them, just to like have it pop a little bit more, or like when it's a part of it, like white outline against the background, but like when it's against itself, there's like a little red outline. I noticed on like the way her hands are like whenever her hands are overlapping the rest of her body, right? It's a very distinct style that I kind of like. Also, I really like that one song that played when Ira was like, I'm gonna go into the boys' restroom and get this diary back, and it was like a little funky. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library for a walk. And then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. This is like the third time we've done this line, by the way. Oh, that... this is interesting. This is like the third time we've seen the line. I'm interested in seeing how this scenario is gonna end. Because we're getting closer and closer to that deadline. And we know Ira goes missing. Ah! Oh. Ira! Hi! What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh, no, I mean... What are you doing at the center? Kinder turns some books. Oh. So you go to the library? What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ira looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished reading The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral. But I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not sure I agree with the message, though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically it's that evil is an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Huh? I guess there are some okay people in the world. But there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least, I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. You serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Huh. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I actually, I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are really horrible, awful things happening every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysus something, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he said evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So Hitler's not evil? That's a rather extreme example. But it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists. It's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Of course not. I just don't like when it's described as something like omnipresent. Omni what? It's like that doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is we aren't born with some big evil force inside of us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that. But it is kind of a being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Because it's the idea of it being itself, right? And, I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. For a second I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realize something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Huh? Like, everyone's good deep down. Like, nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Whoa. Even angrier. Yeah. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. That was like the slightest smile I've ever seen in a sprite. That was the slightest smile. What's up, Rue, by the way? Happy Thursday, welcome in. Dude, Rue, this game is peak, by the way. Also, can I say something related to that dialogue we just saw? First and foremost, I really like Asya. I think, like, I like her viewpoint. Like, I'm kind of about it. Believe in humanity. But, like, damn. Ira really just threw in the Hitler, didn't she? It's like, shit, okay. Alright. But the thing I actually wanted to say was, Asya tried to explain her universe theory that opened the game, right? When the game started, it's Asya narrating her, like, I think the universe is a being, and I think the universe is inherently good, and, like, it's pure and it wants to be observed, and, like, Asya was making this grand, beautiful story that I was totally into. And it's really adorable how she tries to basically do the same thing, but in front of Ira, and she's just like, like it's like in her own mind, she can do that. She can be strong, and she can like communicate to herself and to us, the audience. But she has trouble putting into words like in person, and I like that. That feels like because I want to say that's a fairly intentional show right there of her calling back to the very beginning of the game. And if so, bravo, I love that, because it shows how she interacts in her mind versus how she interacts in person, which is real as hell. It had a vine boom too. You're right. It honestly was just it wasn't like a drop. It was just like oh shit. It's like damn. All right, my bad. I remember when you said, "Can I say something?" So I don't think my internet wants me to hear you out. Fair. The Arknight's 1 pixel smile. Good lord. Oh my god. Also, code mechanism for her, it feels like for all the bad things happening to her, she can believe in the universe. Ooh, I like that, Zero. I like that's the way that you're reading into it. And honestly, it's probably not incorrect. It's very much she wants to believe that everything will work out in the end, that there isn't a true evil in the world. And sure, it could be a coping mechanism, but like I'm rooting for her. I want her to be right, because I also want that to be right. So I get that. Yes, it's not naivety. As you can like see at the beginning, the way that she words this, and like whenever she has her inner monologue that goes back and forth, that's how you can tell it's not naivety. It's that she is aware the evil exists. She's not like a newborn babe who doesn't know the rights and wrongs of the world. She knows that like the world can be a crappy place, but she wants to look deeper inside and be like, the part where she said, hold on, actually, I've done this on accident twice, but I can do this on purpose now because I actually do want to do something. I really liked her going, I passed it up. There we go. Those things come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. This line, I thought that was great. And yeah, that shows you that's like, yeah, she's not like naive. She knows that there are bad things that happen, but it's not evil. It's like fear, right? Like there is the idea that like, is Vadim putting Asya down to make himself feel better? And if so, is it because he's like sad of like his own life and it makes him feel powerful? Is it he's lonely and only by doing this will the others around him feel like he's worth something and he'll feel less lonely by doing this. Is it like fear? Like this banger writing from Asya there. Fantastic. Believe, optimism, but like, damn. I know this is good in everyone, but I'm of the belief that most people, if we choose self-absorbed or lazy, to actually be good half the time. We do some of the best of people, regardless, because I have a Disney princess personality. Believe until proven otherwise. We all are Vandys. We all, like, as humans, we want to, like, watch out for ourselves to some extent first. But it's only by transcending that and looking towards others that we can go from being apes to being humans. It's the, I don't want to get too deep into this because I'll out myself as not knowing enough to talk about this on any grand topic, but it's the what is it? It's the knowledge that we are better as a group and not just on our own. That we have reasons for being pack animals, but not really. There's a whole thing about this with altruism, I guess is the word for it, but yeah, like mutualism as well. If we all raise ourselves up, then the floor will also be raised up, and thus, like, bring each other's up. Workers of the world unite. This is a Russian game. All right, enough of that. I imagine Ira throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying toward 100 Garens. Chairs flying. Bow compasses swinging. Ira's like a Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva. Yeah, that's the one. Dozens of hands. Half are for holding furniture, half are for stationery. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ira, surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've read recently. My impressions, my interpretations. Not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening, though. Every time I say something, I search for Ira's face for signs of boredoms. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh, jeez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh. Really? Yeah. Plans. Oh. I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kinda interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please, let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. Ira gives me a look so threatening I cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoy them. She nods in approval. Oh, and the books I read. They were, yeah? Romance. Angelique? What does that mean? By Anne Golan. Oh, that's the name of the book. And Angelique! The romance series! Haha, easy. It's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know. My mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and I didn't really expect you to be into. They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're all right. Okay. I'll remember that. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See ya. Yeah, see you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined. And I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little bit more about herself. It kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time, I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies. I wonder what her favorite movies are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films. I identify with Asya. But I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, like maybe we could even go to the cinema. That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. Asya stocks have been going up since the stream started. They have not stopped. Ira stocks also obviously been going up, but that's obvious. She's meant to be the like yeah. Game, you made good characters. I'm in there. Congrats. Keep up the good work, bud. Oh my god. This is really adorable. This is really adorable, and I'm still, because we know what happens. We know that Ira disappears. There's just this ticking, the bomb under the table. It's the bomb under the table. There's a good write-up about Dimpa that I want to drop into the server about this. I would love to read it. I would probably wait until after I was done with the entire thing, but I kind of like analysis. So Kiwi, if you find it, let me know. Hit me up. I would say we're getting close to the end of her month, by the way. Don't forget that she has like a ticking clock. There is a ticking clock in the game right now. That she has basically a month before she gets not deported, but like she has to go live with her parents possibly? Yeah, it's building up. It's building up a lot. It's building up a lot more than I thought it was gonna build up, which is gonna be that much harder when it comes toppling down. She skips even more often than before. Oh. No point in keeping up with class if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. To some degree, I understand it. But I still wish she could show her face from time to time. If only for one lesson. We probably wouldn't talk even if she came. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with ya, Shabina? Huh? You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart? What advice? Now looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change. It's great to see, really. Yeah. It is great. We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, Z.A.T.O. I'll do that. You're welcome. He grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today. I don't mind. I know we're going to see each other soon. I'm going to do everything I can to bump into Ira again. I'll walk the whole town up and down so that we can see each other. I'll scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe. No, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So, if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking. But there's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira! Hi! Oh, Jesus, it's you. She sighs with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked. It worked. It really worked. I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of town. She was crouched down by the wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette in another. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer. Ira shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that had washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've seen Ira curled up in this way before. Everything about her posture screams exhausted. But why? Out here? Are you okay? She mutters something. Huh? Looking at me. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. I take a tentative step toward her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. You spying on me now? What? No! No! I was just walking here. At a garage lot? Yes? She gives me a look of such contempt that sends a shiver down my spine. Why? I'm not lying. Really. I always take these walks after school. And going the same route gets boring over time, so sometimes I go through here. Or through the barracks. Or a couple times I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there. As I speak, I see Ira's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. This isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she'd believe a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street. Or near the community center. But it'll get colder soon, you know? So, it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going. I needed to keep talking because that's what I wanted to do with her. I wanted to talk, and so I have to, because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up and we'll clear everything up and she won't think that I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. I can't bear having her glare at me in silence. And, you know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. The sky is bigger and you can see way into the tundra, and what I mean is, I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I hope she'd be here. Like, I hope she'd be wherever I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagined at all. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. She's just staring at me. For a moment, her eyes soften. But then she closes them, as if just looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Can I be alone for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. I wait for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out. Or even just, whatever, it's fine. But she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Goodbye. Silence. I walk away. Cold wind blows in my face. The mounds of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I like to have a snow hill form over me, too. They look cozy. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. I guess tea would be an obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that like to have some warm soup with them? That'd be cute. I should have asked her about it. I feel like I'm going to cry. Is that the last one you think? Like, so I wanna say this now before we get too deep into it. I have a theory that I thought might be stupid. Big might, but I mentioned that a lot of the time that Asya goes out to try to find Ira, there's that same, like, bit of dialogue about, like, I'm gonna just walk around town and just see if I can find her. And this might be a stretch. It might be stupid, but I gotta call my shot just in case. And I kind of don't want this to happen. I want it to be something else, but it might be too obvious. But, what if every conversation with Asya outside the school is not real? Like, it started with the one at the research institute where it, like, went red and it was like, she wouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have said that, right? Like, that was kind of like I thought that was just like a ooh, things are getting weird and different. Then there's about the book at the library. Nothing bad happened there, actually. So that's the one that I was kind of like, halfway through I was thinking it, like, what if, like, this is not real? What if she just keeps running in, like, she wants to see Ira so much that she's, like, manifesting her own version of Ira, right? And in the research institute, she messed up her own version of Ira, and she's like, no, she wouldn't have said that. And in the library, like, she's just like, what would Ira like? Oh, she likes something really cute, like romance novels. It would be uncharacteristic of her. And so there's, like, ooh, and then she worked that one fine. And then, like, in that last one, what if that was the real Ira? Or, like, what if she has been meeting Ira all these times, so, like, maybe they're playing it differently in her head than they actually are in real life? And, like, maybe that was the real Ira without, like, any bit of, like, them actually having those conversations from before. I don't want that to happen, though, because I actually like the story that's been kind of built up. Especially the one, like, the part with, like, oh, write me a poem, right? Like, I feel like if they were to do that, it'd be a disservice to the entire relationship they have. But I wanted to throw that out there as my bad theory. Because the bit with her finding, like, Ira being upset there, irritated even, was a little like, like, what's going on there? And I don't know what's going on there, but, you know? Not fully an imaginary friend, because I think there's too many tie-ins, but like a Tulpa even, where it's like, this is based on a real person, but it's she's put so much more of what she wants to see in Ira into it, but I don't want that to happen, because I feel like that'd be weak. Unless, like, for some reason this entire thing is just her psychosis or what have you, but I feel like that's kind of weak. I don't want that to happen. It could be something like that. That's what it likely is, and I want it to be that. Where it's just there's other things that are happening in her life, and she was just upset, and like there's the part where she looks away, kind of softens her gaze a little bit, where it's just like, I think in that moment, going on to what I hope is real is more that, like, yeah, where I was just like, I cannot deal with this kid right now. Like, I like you, but like, oh, I just cannot deal with this right now. Like, yeah, it's more like this other thing are going in, that she was just in a bad mood. Knock on wood. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, you serious? Think we could sneak in? No way. I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. They're gonna have those older girls there too, right? The ones from grade 10? Oh, I bet Machina will be there. Like she talked to you. Hey! You don't know that. I said we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyway. Ah, that's true. Where we going then? Whose place? Not mine. Got grandma coming over, I can't host. You? Me either. Adam? No way. Dad's been... He's kinda tired recently. Oh, really? Yeah. It's whatever, though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear you. My mom's also out of it. All the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. Right. It's almost New Year's. All the adults being stressed in the research town. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help Mom decorate the house. Should I remind her about that? Feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Ira. She's absent again. I'm not surprised. I just really... I wish that I could clear things up with her. I'm not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again. But what for? Did I really do something wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Will more apologies really cut it? The poem! The poem! Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. And maybe a small gift. That might be weird, though. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. Oh, what can I even buy with this spare change? Huh. Maybe a little treat will do. A waffle? Would she like a waffle? Ah! What the hell? Is that a freaking dog? Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? Oh, I should just shut up. Focus on something else. Just so difficult to do these days. Difficult. But I've got to try. Inhale. Exhale. Dog girl Ira. In fairness, I'd like a waffle. There. A little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little better. The buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though, perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You can really get sick from this. It has been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. And it's not just the temperature. The paths on the outskirts get snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. The winds are picking up too. Even when I cover myself up with a scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. Should've gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. It closes at 6, so... No, for sure not. Oh well. They've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined up with lights. Oh. And there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall. And bare. For now. Well, I like it as it is. The way the snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. Alright. I'm getting into a bit of a festive mood. Wish the frost weren't so prickly. Then I look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out on an evening like this. So, why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Every answer to this is embarrassing. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. Make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head. An obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. Have a good night, Ben. Or have a good day, Ben. Adios. That entire walking sequence, by the way, with that music and just the shots of just empty, desolate cold with the filter on it, was very nice. Low key, though, I'm worried we're gonna get like a milk inside a bag or milk outside a bag scene, but I don't think so. But we don't know anything about Asya's parents. Asha's parents. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. But that's just my opinion. But Dad's guests find it quite welcoming. Though, judging by how quiet it is. I turn the key and enter. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yes, Thank God, no visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take off my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it'll be calm. I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Out with friends again? Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window, then turn on the light. She squints from the sun brightness. You want some tea? I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, and neither am I. It's not awkward, per se. I just pick the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. We're both used to this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. Here's the rocket, welcome on in. I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with your own mother? You run away from her even though she has it so hard. So hard. You traitor. Rat. Ungrateful filth. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Do I think that if I bad myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless. So I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I going to do? What was I... Oh, right. I pick up a pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Ira asked me to write a poem. Just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Nobody has ever said that to me before. Well, Tosha did. But that was years ago. That poem. The one that Garen read. What did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? Oh, that's it.
Сырая черная земля, не обнимай меня так нежно. Не рви наряд свой белоснежный и спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться, а иней пусть себе искрится, и пусть летят по небу птицы, и светит бледная заря.
O damp black earth, do not hold me so tenderly. Do not tear your snow-white attire and sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will beat, but frost will still glimmer, and birds will still fly across the sky. God damn it, what the No! I don't know what the birds would do. I don't know what the birds are gonna do. Ah! It's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garen was too nice. But at least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it, so maybe it's not all bad. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least something worthwhile in Ira's eyes. That's all I really need. She got angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I messed up a lot. I really messed up a lot. I thought she was in a bad mood because of me. But, I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be so mad anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow right. Today, though. I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. Huh. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. I don't even know when she'll show up to school again. Bumping into her on the street is a tough bet, especially with this weather. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand that poem to Ira, then it'll all be worth it. I am terrified of the worst case scenario. Ow. My wrist is tired. I'm gonna totally wear down this poor eraser at this rate. I've got to remember to buy a new one. It's just a bit annoying. Even though I asked my classmates to be more careful, they always forget about it. I didn't used to do that before. But now, whenever I lend a textbook to someone, I specifically ask them not to doodle in it. Despite that, they always come back with crude drawings all over. I can't hand them back to the library like that. And I'll get in trouble if a teacher sees it. I lean back in my chair. A week. That's how long it's been since I've last seen her. It's not exactly new for her to skip for several days at a time, but a whole week? Nobody else seems to be bothered, though. I shouldn't be either. It's not her job to be my, I don't want to call her my pit bull. Either way, it's nothing new. Nothing new, nothing bad. Maybe Ira's taking in the town she's grown to love. Who knows when she'll return here after she moves out. I get that. I would do the same. But still. I just wish I could see her. She's still mad at me? I really hope not. But if she is, I have just the thing to help it. That's right. It's done. I wrote Ira a poem. I wonder how she'll react. I wonder if she'll like it. I really hope she likes it. Maybe she'll smile. Or what if she gets flustered? That'd be so cute. I want to see her make that face again. I keep walking around. I don't really expect to see her at this point. It just feels like I need a duty. It just feels like a duty I need to fulfill. Like a soldier patrolling the streets. Whoa. That sounds pretty cool. And it's not like this weather is harsh all the time. Real colds will settle in a couple of weeks. The wind can get annoying after a few hours, but aside from that, it's bearable. It's pretty. It's all good. The main road. The 2 residential streets. The community center. The helipad. The garages. The parking lot. The school. Stadium. The research center. The kindergartens. The barracks. I've seen it all 1,000 times. Perhaps somewhere deep down I'm a little tired of this view. But I can't hate it. And I can't pretend like I won't miss it when it ceases to exist. When I finish school, I'll go to university. I'll tell everyone I'm from Vorkuta, not Vorkuta 5. Because Vorkuta 5 does not exist. People from Vorkuta 5 do not exist. The ones outside will ask me about Vorkuta, the real Vorkuta, and I'll answer with zero hesitation. If I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be allowed to leave at all. To leave Vorkuta 5, you need to deny its existence. I have to deny its existence, no matter how much I want it to exist. I have to deny. I have to. I have to. But it's tough. So tough that I'm not sure I'll ever manage. Realistically, I'll probably slip up and blurt out something incongruent. I do slip up a lot. Hope I'll get better at it by then. Maybe I should stop. I lower my scarf and take a big breath. Ouch! I'm seriously gonna catch a cold from this. Ugh. So my head feels really clear. I look up and see the familiar purple-gray of northern twilight. No. Not twilight. Today is the first day of this year's polar night. So I won't see the sun again until the tail end of December. It's nothing too bad. Personally, I don't mind the dark. Some people seem to get really depressed during this time, but I'm not one of those. If I stay out for just a little longer and wait for the clouds to clear, I'll see the stars come fully into view. It's a beautiful sight. Especially from here. From the barracks. Far better than that dinky sliver of the sky I'd see from my apartment windows. I wish they could stick around for longer. But it's getting too cold. Have a good night, Slushy. Also, Kiwi, no, I have not. Which makes me wonder, are there only 2 chapters? I start making my way back. Decrepit rows of workers, housing, disappear behind bigger and better homes. There's that old playground just around the corner. That's right. We used to go there all the time with Tosia. Even back then it was kind of unpopular. They built a newer one just 5 minutes away, so we often got to have the whole thing to ourselves. I guess that's why we like the place. Somehow, today feels quieter than ever. I can hear a faint clinking sound as the wind passes through the swing set chains. I slow down. There's a figure sitting on that frozen merry-go-round. A drunkard? No, we don't have those kinds of people here. At least not out and about on the streets. And the frame doesn't seem like it belongs to a man either. I approach, gently making my way through the snow. My Valinki sink into it with almost no resistance. Almost zero sound. When was the last time we've had snow this soft? I don't remember. But perhaps I stopped noticing the crunch of ice under my feet. Perhaps it's me being too focused on the person I've now recognized. It's Ira. She's hunched over, elbows on her knees, hood down despite the cold. Her hair is tangled, half wet from the snow. What is she doing out here? Smoking or... Uh-huh. I stop. A few meters away. Ira's letting out quiet, gasping sobs. Ira? She looks up fast, as if jolted awake. Eyes red and puffy. Face raw from wiping at it with her sleeves. There's a bit of snot on her upper lip. What? What do you want? I don't know what to answer. What do I want? All I can think about is I've never seen a person look so small. Ira swipes at her eyes again, then stands. She stumbles a little, trying to regain her usual posture. What? Another one of your hangout spots? Damn creep. Her voice cracks halfway through. Well? Enjoying the show? I slowly shake my head. No. I just... saw you. Ira rubs her nose on her sleeve again. Her hands are shaking. Then go back to wherever the hell you came from. Go home. Asya. This isn't for you. I take a small step forward. I want to say something. Anything, but my head draws a blank. Before I can squeeze out a single word, Ira turns around and stumbles through the snow, away from the playground. I can't even muster the courage to call out to her, let alone follow. I simply watch as Ira vanishes into the alley. If not for her footprints, I'd believe she was never even there. The snow keeps falling. A feeling I've long forgotten swells inside me. I've learned to not acknowledge it, so it got buried many layers deep. The hollow space inside my chest grows dark. The sky is full of pinpricks. The world is looking down on me, but not in the way other people do. It's kind and gentle, and I don't feel small under its gaze. Its eyes are pure and tender. That's kind of what I expected. I almost like, it's really obvious that Marino is gonna be what part 2's about, because that was our setup. That was the final time we saw Ira then. And now, instead of Ira being the one that we're like attaching ourselves to almost, that I don't feel right saying that, but like the way that you can see her in a way right now is that she's like, she's looking for someone else. And I hope at the end there's 3 episodes. Perfect. In that case, Kiwi, I hope the third episode is called Isla. Or not Isla, Asya. Oh, shit. Because I hope it's that she's clinging to Ira, then she's clinging to Marina, but then at the very end, she finds that she can be herself. And hopefully also be with Ira and Marina. Like, don't get me wrong, but like... Oh... That's what we're calling it 100% though. There's 3 episodes. Are episodes 2 and 3 about the same length as episode 1? Because if so, then we can just do three different streams then. That's fine. Because I was gonna say that... That's the episode. That's the end right there. That's the end of today's stream at least. Good lord. Save that thing. 2 is longer, 3 is shorter. Okay. Ooh, it's gonna be weird then. We'll make it work. Well, 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 though. This is a... Go back to the title. Yes. Perfect. My lord. I like it. Oh, have you only read the first chapter yourself right now, Zero? Well, there you go, you get your homework. Or you can just watch it with the next stream, honestly. We'll read together, but yeah. Oh my god. This is an insanely good book. I love the way it's written. Like, I don't know if it's just the way that I talk, but like I notice this when we do Arc Nights sometimes, is that I'll be like, oh, this wording isn't right, or it's not like how I would say something. I felt like I was able to fairly naturally do a lot of the just... I read the dialogue and I was like, yeah, no, I can just like read it as it's coming out because it just feels really natural, which that's a big up. If it's a VN and you make it like it's easy to read, that's 90% of it. Oddly comforting. That's a good way to put it. It's a... I guess this might be what Dimpa is considered technically. He would probably know more about it, but like there's this I called it like melancholy or like loneliness, but it's like a comforting version of that, right? What I think of when I think of Dimpa now is specifically the scene where Asya is out in the middle of the night and Polar Night has just started, and it's just like this loneliness, this desolation, this part of like I am something small in this great grand world. But it's not like a fear version. It's like it's the comforting bit, strangely enough. I don't know if that's fully what it is, but that's definitely the vibe that gets me really interested in this is the I'm part of this big world. I'm just a little tiny bit of it. And this entire world is like going around, and isn't that just wonderful? It's a warm solitude, bathed in cool colors, ironically. Whereas the warm colored of her apartment, where she was with people, felt colder. That was really interesting. That was very interesting. They read chapter 1 and immediately with the I want to write disease. I don't blame them. When you watch something amazing and you're like, I want to do that, it works, right? I watched Tokai Teo decide that she does want to keep racing, and so I went and Miku boxed. So I get it. Goodness. I'm interested in seeing, I guess, predictions / talking about... Let's recap / talk about what's gonna happen next episode then. Or theory, or I'm gonna put my theory out. So yeah, this entire episode 1 was just setting up Ira, setting up this backstory, setting up the character connections that exist, and you don't get a lot of they put little like seeds, you could call them, for if there's gonna be some larger plot going on. And I don't know if I want a larger plot going on. I don't think it matters. Like, the original, like, when you look at Steam, it's like, oh, we have to go look for Ira disappeared, we have to go find her. I was thinking like detective-y, and like maybe she got taken by the research institute and we have to like go into the research institute, or like maybe something happened and she switched world lines or something weird like that, something supernaturally like that. It could be anything. She could also just not exist, or maybe she just left town and there's like some mystery there. I don't know. They put enough seeds in there though, with the research institute, with the library, with the garages, where it's like there is something going on with her, but we don't know what. And maybe Marina, this character we've only briefly seen so far, who apparently knows Ira, maybe they were working on something together. Maybe it's Ira's parents. Maybe she was in some other kind of stuff. Maybe it is just her being a rebel, her being like isolated. Like, and she was like, I'm gonna break out into the real world. Like, it's interesting though. Yeah, with the isolated town, I was like, what if she just wanted to like leave? Yeah, maybe there's another side of Ira, because Marina implied that she knew something. Marina and Ira knew something. Like, they knew each other. So maybe there is another side. Maybe Ira just wanted to leave the town. Because there is an interesting thought with when Asya is talking about like, oh yeah, if I leave the town, there is no town 5. It's only town. That implies that there's like at least 4 other towns, and like maybe Ira is like, I want to go see the other towns, or I want to just like leave this place. Maybe like she doesn't feel like she belongs here. Maybe she's trying to break out. And maybe that's the secret of it. I don't know. And maybe she doesn't want to like bring Asya in here because maybe that could get her in danger, and she doesn't want her to be in danger. Ira just wants to like do her own thing. I don't know. Some stalker stuff going in there. It felt like that was the biggest seed that was planted. Like oh, you can't see my cursor. I had I do have a cursor. The cursor didn't like matter in the stream technically, but like one of the things I did was when they said research institute, I did circle it with my cursor because I was like, So yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Research institute is like the biggest thing, and maybe she was at the library, not just to read romance, but like also to like maybe get like blueprints or something for the research institute. Maybe she's like trying to find like I don't know. I'm excited to find out. Anything else? Any other thoughts before we wrap? It's good. I like the art style too. I think it's done a really good job with using the sprites, using the full CGs when it needs to. High key, low key. I don't know if they did any actual animations outside of the opening, but in the opening it shows animations. So if an animation happens, I'm gonna get real hype. The music is really nice. I do have, if I were to complain about one thing, I really like the music, but I feel like they messed up the loop on a few tracks. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. I definitely could hear where like sometimes the loop was not as good as I was hoping it would be. That's like my only complaint. Is like, I really like the music, but they were like, it's like they made really good music and we're like, oh, we gotta make it loop. So there are some ones where the looping is really obvious. When it like fades out and fades back in, that's fine. But there was one really early on where it was like very noticeably when the note looped. That's like the only complaint I have, and that's a very minor one. That explains a lot. Very good choices then. That'd be like if whenever I do anything, I also use public domain / like free music on the internet from Dova Syndrome. And like, yeah, it's the same thing there where it's like, I gotta find the best thing that can work for me. So that actually, you know what? In that case, completely fine with that then. Because that's fully like, yeah, I would do the same thing. If this was original music, I might be a little bit more like harsh on that, but like real talk then, it's fine. You made it work. If you were able to somehow get a composer, get one though. That would like send this over the top, dude. Close cities in the Soviet era were named in the style of the postal code, with the first part being the name of the nearest city. So the name Vorka 5 doesn't mean there's Vorkas 1 through 4, it just means the town is near the city of Vorka, which is a real place. Okay. Okay. I understand. It'd be being like, where do you live? Oh, I live at like 123 Hanger Street. But then like instead you were just saying like I live at Hangar 123, and it's like, oh, Hangar is the nearest town or something. I don't know. That's a bad example, but I understand what you're saying then. That's kind of interesting then. That there is a real town nearby, and maybe she wanted to go see the real town, or maybe she just wanted to like leave the one closed city at the very least. But okay, that does change a few things then. That's also less ominous in that I thought like, oh, there are 5 Vorkutas, and I was like, what are the other 4 doing? Are they other research institutes? Are they gonna like summon a hell portal or something? That's fine. That's fine. Cool. Well. So, shall we wrap for the day then? I'm gonna send you guys over to friend show Bunkum, who's currently playing through. It says just chatting, but he's playing Ty the Tasmanian Devil right now. And before I do that though, just a reminder, Service Crew. Don't forget, if you haven't already and you're interested in, sign up for the Secret Santa. I'll have another reminder for you guys on Sunday when we're playing Stardew Valley. And on Monday, because that's the last day you can sign up, we're going to be playing Guilty Gear Strive. Because I don't know, it sounded fun. It sounds different. I don't know. So you'll get 2 more reminders before that's up. If I don't see you before then, though. Or even if I do see you before, because we're wrapping up now. No matter what. So sure, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a very interesting. Kiwi, thank you again for the recommendation. It's kind of peak. It's kind of hitting real good. Thank you, Asmo. Also, I think the other day I said like, I think I had like said I didn't buy Detective Instinct. That's a lie. I did buy Detective Instinct. It was on sale, so I have that. I don't know if we'll also play that this year, but that is in the chamber, as they say. Hit you over here. Woo-hoo. But with that, I know nothing else. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you next time. Peace out, everyone. And see you there in 3, 2, 1. Go say hi.